Airsidetv.com was granted unprecedented access to this historic airliner. The aircraft's program manager, Mark Campton, gives us a tour of this historic 40s airliner.
Mark, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today, and we really appreciate a chance to look at this beautiful airplane. What a sight coming in this afternoon.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Yeah, we're glad to be here. It's really exciting for us to bring the airplane here, and the Boeing volunteers that came along with us, and hopefully display the airplane for the National Air and Space Museum, and it's a great opportunity.
What's your role here with this aircraft and the program around it?
Well, I've been kind of the project manager for the restoration on this airplane. We recovered it out of the Arizona desert, sort of, after a long period of storage in 1994, and we flew it home and been restoring it, and then fortunately had to do some repair work over the last year, but we've recovered from that, and here we are again, so it's terrific.
Can you tell us a little bit about the history of this particular aircraft?
Well, this airplane was one of the 10 Stratoliners built for our customers, TWA and Pan Am. Pan Am took delivery of 3 of these, and this is one of them, the only one left of all 10 airplanes. And this particular airplane was delivered in March of 1940, and it went into service July 4th, 1940 for Pan Am, and they operated the airplane out of Miami down into South American routes in the time they had it, which was right after the war. They kept it until then.
So when did this come into your possession, or the group's possession, and when did you actually begin restoration on it?
Well, we went down and did a survey on the airplane in late 1992, and decided the Boeing company decided that they would fund the restoration and recovery of the airplane, and then fund the restoration over a period of years, and so that's when it started. And like I said before, we finally managed to pull that off and get the airplane back to Seattle in June of 1994.
And unfortunately, we all know that you had to go through an additional restoration process recently. How's the aircraft condition now compared to before the experience in Seattle?
Well, obviously there's a few new parts on it. The cowlings being one, so that's a nice thing, nice improvement over what it was. Of course, the old cowlings had a lot of dents and dings in them over the years, but the rest of the airplane is pretty much the same. It's a few new skins here and there.
So you've come here to Oshkosh, and you mentioned earlier before we started chatting that you came from Minneapolis. So what exactly are you doing with the aircraft? Are you on a particular tour or some kind of promotional event right now?
No, we're actually on the way to deliver the airplane to the National Air and Space Museum. So on the 5th of next month, we're going to leave here and go direct to Washington, D.C. to Dulles International, and we're going to deliver the airplane to them.
Our viewers have had a chance to see the Smithsonian, and the new Haase Center is coming. They'll be operational here in December. If this isn't an aircraft that really fits in with the Centennial Flight theme, I don't know which one it would be. How does this, in your opinion, how does this aircraft compare with some of the other airliners in the last 100 years or so?
Oh, well, I think this airplane just has so many firsts in it. It was the first pressurized airplane. It was a commercial aircraft that was ever put together, and it was done on a large scale, a large airliner, probably the largest. It was the first 4-engine pressurized airliner built. You know, it had a wide body compared with the other airplanes flying at the time. It was the first airplane with a flight engineer inside it, and a land plane. And it was also the first airplane that boosted hydraulic flight controls, commercial aircraft. And so with all these firsts inside of it, I believe today it's still a real technical achievement to even bring an operational aircraft in line into the airline service at the time, 1940.
I have to close with a question, wondering how you're going to feel once you drop this off at the Smithsonian. You're going to think you're going to have some tears coming through the eyes there as you walk away and leave this aircraft in the great hands of the Smithsonian people, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, it's been a love affair. You know, my kids have grown up with Dad working on this airplane, so yeah, it's going to be but it's going to be neat to see it there. It's going to be neat to, you know, the public and all over the world, because we get people from all over the world inquiring about this airplane and the rich history it has with the Pan Am and other companies after that. So it'll be great. It's a great place for it.
Well, very fitting for Smithsonian, and fitting also for here at Oshkosh, and definitely one of the main attractions here at Airshow Square. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us and sharing this bit of aviation history with us.
You're very welcome. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
underwater a year and a half ago.